Lactobacillus is the final bacteria that we're going to be looking at as far as specific genus of bacterium. Lactobacillus has good and bad. In food microbiology, it's very good. It's one of the bacteria that's found in a lot of dairy products that gives the flavor, helps produce things like yogurt. So it can be beneficial in that aspect, but it's also one of those bacteria, you put it in the wrong spot and it can cause certain diseases. In medical microbiology, lactobacillus can cause problems with cavities, tooth decay, gum problems in the mouth. And so is it good or bad? Well, it depends on the situation. We have two separate experiments that we're going to look for lactobacillus with. We use a special media called Snyder media. It has special dinobromosyl green, which is pH 4.8. It's going to look green. And that's pretty acidic at 4.8, but lactobacillus prefers acidic environments. When the pH drops to 4.4 or below, the media is going to turn yellow. And that's one thing that we find with lactobacillus often when it grows and it's breaking down the various carbon compounds. It often is producing acid as a byproduct, and so if the media starts at 4.8 and the lactobacillus is growing and making acid, it's going to drop it even further. And so for these two experiments, you have two separate Snyder plates. On one of them, usually what we do is we get just a sample of yogurt that we buy from the store. You take a little bit of it and spread it on the plate. As I said earlier, lactobacillus is necessary for making yogurt, so we're going to see if we can isolate it from the yogurt. It doesn't matter what brand or what flavor of yogurt, we just want some yogurt. And then the second plate, this is one of the ones students absolutely love to do in person because you get to spit. You can either spit directly on the plate, or usually what we have you do is spit in a little cup, and then you take your inoculating loop and, using aseptic thing, you spread across the surface of the plate with your spit. I know it sounds lovely. So here is, on this side, on the left side, this uninoculated Snyder plate, so you can see what it looks like. It's kind of this light green color. And then we took some yogurt, inoculated it, spread that yogurt across the surface of the plate. And as you can see, now we're looking at obviously at the bottom of the plate, but along the edges here where there's a lot of growth, it has definitely changed from green to yellow. Now, one thing I will say about growing lactobacillus is that sometimes you need to grow it longer than kind of the standard 24 hours that most people think of. At 24 hours, it might still look like you have a negative result there. So let it incubate 48 hours. Usually that's the minimum. You may have to go a little bit longer than that as well, because it is a little bit slower growing under certain conditions. But that is what the positive result on the Snyder. This definitely shows that there is lactobacillus present in the yogurt, which is what you would expect because the Snyder plate turned yellow. As I said, this plate had to be incubated for 48 hours in order to see this particular result.